What's up, everyone? This is the Aftershow for Ash vs. the Evil Dead, Season 1, Episode 3. I am your host, Roger, and with me is none other than the creator of S-Man himself, Homer.
What's going on?
And none other than his accomplice, Apollo.
What's going on, everybody?
Leaves off right where Episode 2 ends, where basically the Ash and the crew, they reach the bookstore trying to return.
Opens with cool opera music.
Yeah, with cool opera music, and you see a woman that we've never seen before in the episodes, a red-haired woman, go to the last stop that Ash and the crew went to, which was Kelly's family's house, and basically tortured the crap out of Kelly's dad, who's a Deadite. And I freaking called it in the last episode. I was like, wait, the guy got stabbed in the fork. Like, well, why is he just burying him and stuff like that? And it turns out that he, boom, turns into a Deadite at the end of the episode. And it's just cool to see him being tortured by this, what appears to be like someone who's been after the book for a very long time.
With a magical sword.
Yeah, with a magical sword, which apparently can hurt. It's the only thing that can really mortally hurt like the Deadites or whatever. And I'm assuming if this is following sort of spiritual biblical lore per se, it could. I'm assuming that the weapon that she's using is like the spear that killed Jesus or something, or like at least the tip of it is. And maybe she's gonna show that off in the next episode, because we haven't seen her pretty much do anything else other than torture the Deadite and pretty much following the trail that Ash pretty much left at Kelly's house. And then the rest of the show pretty much just it corresponds with Ash in the library, pretty much trying to summon a demon using the book. And with the help of the librarian that he saw before, 20 years ago, even though the guy looks really young, and he talks to him like he's seen him before. It doesn't really make any sense. I was a little bit questioning this at first.
And it was in a different origin or something. Yeah,
it's a completely different origin story as to how Ash originally got the book in the basement of some cottage in the middle of the woods. I think they stopped with that original backstory just because it's so cliche, and probably didn't want to center everything around probably normal setting for an 80s type of show or movie franchise that it was. Yeah, and pretty much, as you can just tell, Ash pretty much trying to summon a demon. It doesn't really go their way. They pretty much have a scuffle with another demon or a Deadite without a Deadite really possessing anyone. And you pretty much learn that Ash has the portal, or the conduit to bring a portal to hell that can bring the apocalypse to the earth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the whole episode, because it pretty much ends off with Ash and the crew killing that Deadite, leaving the bookstore, handcuffing the cop that pretty much found found out who Ash was and where he was, but she didn't really do anything. She just made the situation worse, and as pretty much she got to the bookstore, she was pretty much handcuffed twice, and she just pretty much left there at the very end of the story. At the very end, they all go sail across the sunset off to their new adventure to God knows where, and
find Pablo's uncle.
Oh yeah, I forgot to find the witch doctor for Pablo's uncle or whatever, who apparently is not going to be all too happy to see them. So it's going to be kind of cool seeing the whole witchcraft and devil worshipping and probably other stuff that we're probably going to see later in terms of biblical stuff. It's just cool seeing these different types of religions and stories and whatnot, especially involving the Necronomicon, which is from a book. The whole Necronomicon series is all from this L. Ron Hubbard and stuff like that.
At the beginning, they were talking, there was a lot of funny moments, when they started their new ghost group called the Ghost Speeders.
Oh, yeah.
Which was pretty funny.
Which is pretty much...
With some churro references.
Yeah, exactly.
And it really got into the backstory of the book, for people who haven't seen The Evil Dead, that's bound in human flesh, and written in blood from the victims and whatnot. But that's pretty much as you expect from an evil book. Yeah, exactly. And the episode was pretty funny, as always, scenes with the goat fetus or whatever.
Oh yeah, the scene where a goat fetus in a jar pretty much is crawling towards Pablo, and Pablo just freaking just straight up kicks it across the room and just leaves it, and it just doesn't show up ever again.
Yeah, I know, it was pretty funny. And the design of the demon they showed was really cool, I thought. Pretty scary.
Exactly, yeah. Especially since I know that this show was kind of like lower on budget, it was kind of cool seeing these like sort of cool effects for this TV series that kind of like shows off like its Evil Dead roots in a way.
I know, and I really like the bookstore owner who was really into summoning demons.
Oh yeah, Lionel or whatever the hell he was, yeah.
Yeah, he got a sick thrill out.
Yeah, I know, yeah, he's like, Pablo's just trying to tell him, he's like, don't summon this demon, why don't you tell Ash, like, this isn't a good idea. He's like, I've been waiting for this my whole life, this gave my life meaning, and then Ash is just like, see, this guy's thrilled for it, he's excited, he loves this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just awesome seeing Ash is like, bit carefree, like, attitude, just putting everyone else in peril just so he can just get the stupid ass information from a fucking evil demon of all places.
And in the episode, Pablo gets friend zoned by that chick he has the...
Oh yeah, immediately, yeah. Oh my god, I love you.
Like a brother.
Like a brother.
And I also liked it.
You.
I also liked it when he downed the cop with that like wishbone or whatever. Not wishbone.
Oh yeah, Pablo sneaking up behind the cop at the bookstore and just knocking her out with a freaking like thigh bone from the dinosaur just came like out of nowhere.
Yeah, overall I'm gonna have to give this episode a dank.
I too will also give this episode a dank. Just mostly the only thing that brings it from a wax is just mostly because it was more of a information.
Yeah, a lot of exposition and things just to build the plot.
Yeah, and what it did have a lot of humor into it. It's just
Definitely.
It wasn't to the ridiculous extent as like episode 2 and like more of the first episode, which is I'm all fine with. But this show did not at all slow its momentum. I'm so freaking excited for next week's episode, and I would definitely recommend everyone still to watch the series.
Apollo's rating is dank. Dank for this episode.
Most of the same reasons.
I liked how they did the effects for the demon. Like you said, if it's a low budget show, then it still looked pretty cool.
Especially from like how we saw the demon in the book compared to how we see it in real life.
And
and Ash commenting about it, just be like,
you don't look like your picture.
Yeah, you better update that book of yours. He's assuming it's a nerd demon.
But yeah, especially because the show is so cheesy, does it need a high quality demon? But they went with it anyway.
Oh, I actually have this sort of mini theory, even though it's not really a theory that really matters to the show. But like in the fight between Ash and the demon, or
where it shows him
Apollo,
like attacking his brain, or whatever.
Yeah. The demon is said to like feed off like the
emotionally and spiritually.
Yeah, like low, like people that don't have much emotional or spiritually stable, I guess per se, and like it shows the demon pretty much interfering with Ash's like brain, especially a lot, like because Ash gets the full brunt of the demon's assault, and pretty much at the very end of the episode, you compared to how you saw him at the beginning, you see his kind of perspective change into more of a it's at the very end, for instance. Ash pretty much was like, I used to be a lone wolf, but I really like you guys. I want you guys to stick around. At the beginning of the episode, in that very same parking lot, you see him talking about how he likes being a lone wolf and how he wants to return this book and like end this whole thing.
Yeah, because they saved his ass during that fight scene.
Yeah, and I was just wondering, like, maybe the demon affecting him somehow, because it showed him like destroying like brain cells or neurons or something. I wonder if that like affected his personality in some way.
Yeah,
maybe it'll showcase it more in the next episode.
Or episodes coming afoot.
So, overall, great episode, and I cannot wait. And if you guys want to see more of our podcast after shows, tune in on storyman.com, where you can donate to our website. And if you want to see more of these videos, you can go to Storyman420 on YouTube channel. And if you guys could just comment, rate, subscribe, we actually would like to communicate with more of our subscriber and fans, especially on our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions about the show that we're trying to help build, feel free on Facebook, on the Storyman Facebook page. You guys all have a good night, and may the force be with you.
Always.